got to get your take on Obama right now, Bill, because yesterday I was watching that President Obama press conference. I don't know how you felt about it, but the president basically was blaming the Republican Party for causing divisiveness across the country. Listen to this. Got to get your reaction.
What I'm not going to do is to validate some notion that the Republican crack-up that's been taking place is a consequence of actions that I've taken. I think it is very important for them to reflect on what it is about the politics they've engaged in that allows the circus we've been seeing to transpire.
And that's just half of it, Bill. You saw the conference.
I used a clip last night on my program. Look, it's a pretty complicated issue that he's talking about here. I make the point that if President Obama had not been so polarizing, and certainly he is. Now, is he going to admit it? No. But he is. He's a polarizing guy.
Very divisive.
And so the people who do not like him are angry because they feel that he's ruining the country. That's pretty simple. And it's true. People who don't like him are angry because they feel he's ruining the country. So then they turn and they go, well, what are you doing about it? And then the Republican Party is sitting there going, well, you know, and the people are going, you didn't do anything about it. So I'm going to vote for Trump because he's an avenger.
Right.
And we believe he's going to come in and dismantle everything Obama's done. That's it in a nutshell. So if the president wants to feel that he's not responsible for any of this flamboyant stuff from Trump, I don't know if he's living in the real world.
Yeah. But I mean, when you consider the fact that the president had all of those executive orders, right, went around Congress on Obamacare, went around Congress on immigration, went around Congress and did a backdoor deal with the UN on the Iran deal, and then he came out in the State of the Union and said, you know, one of my regrets is that things are so divisive. I don't know how that happened. What?
Yeah, but I mean, look, you know people like this, and they just don't see the world the way it is. I mean, they just live in their own world. It's called living in a bubble. And I'm sure the president thinks he has done the best job he could possibly do for America. I know he believes that. But, you know, the folks are seeing it a different way. Not his supporters. Not his supporters. His supporters are right there with him. But his detractors are saying, you know, you wrecked the country, you're the worst president ever, and now we need a guy to come in and dismantle everything you did.
Right. And do you think Hillary sees it that way? I mean, I know on the campaign trail she's all about Obama. Yeah, but do you think she, in her heart of hearts, feels that, well, you know, because of the reaction to President Obama, here we are?
Here's where I always go back to the Clintons. Remember in South Carolina when Bill Clinton came out, when Hillary was running against Obama in 2008, and he said, this is a fantasy. This guy's a fantasy. He doesn't know what he's doing. I think they still believe that. I think the Clintons still believe that.
Right. Well, was it in that book that he called him the amateur?
Ever, because they need the African-American vote to win. So they are going to cling to President Obama in the initial run-up until she gets the nomination. After she gets the nomination, they'll still be very respectful to the president, but I don't think you're going to see as close a tie.
I agree with you. Let me ask you, can Trump win if he doesn't have the Hispanic vote?
According to all the polling on this, only 12% of American Hispanics have a favorable view of Donald Trump.
Exactly.
So it's almost like the other independents and people like that. He has got to be able to employ his charisma, and he has charisma, to, after he gets a nomination, if he does, to then strike a different tone, keeping the people who love him in bay, in place, and then starting to cultivate another line where you would persuade people to come to you. It's not an easy thing to do, but certainly it's possible.
Yep.
So, you know, you can't make a prediction right now. But as I said earlier in this interview, it's going to be very difficult for Donald Trump to do it.
Yeah. All right, Bill. We'll see you tonight when you speak with Dr. Ben Carson.
All right, Maria,
on The
thanks for having me
Factor.
on.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Right.
We'll see you tonight, 8 p.m. on the Fox News Channel when Bill sits down with Ben Carson, who we're fully expecting to endorse Donald Trump in about an hour and a half. Still to come.